Revenge. Hey everybody, this is David, and today I am going to be talking about the 10th episode of The Flash, Revenge of the Rogues. And why is it called Revenge of the Rogues? Because we see two rogue members come and get revenge on the Flash. Specifically Captain Cold, who is played once again by Wentworth Miller. So, where am I going to start with this episode? Let us begin with the special effects, how it opened up with Barry training, and we see this flying device, whatever it was, like some mini helicopter or whatever, going after the Flash, and the Flash is outrunning it. And I have to say, the Flash impresses me sometimes with its special effects. Sometimes it's so obvious, but sometimes, like in the beginning of this episode, it's pretty good for television, you know? I'm pretty impressed sometimes, and it reminds me, man, we've actually come pretty far in terms of special effects for television now. Like, movies are obviously on a whole different level, but the fact, if you judge this show with maybe the special effects of something like Heroes or even Smallville, the special effects on this show definitely, you know, are a lot higher than it was on those two shows, in my opinion. I don't remember Heroes too much, but I know on Smallville the special effects have definitely improved a lot. And maybe that's an unfair comparison. Maybe Smallville had a different budget or something. I don't know, but just a little note that I wanted to put there. I'm also going to say that I thought it was pretty funny that Barry was the one that came up with the name of the Reverse Flash, and instead of Cisco. Cisco said it was Barry that came up with it, and I thought it was pretty funny also that, you know, Wells, you know, the smug bastard that he is, liked the name, so he's like, okay, I'm gonna go with that name. I like it. So, as I mentioned earlier, we got to see the return of Captain Cold and Heatwave, and these two are pretty intimidating together. Like, both of them are very different in some cases. I think Captain Cold is a little bit more calculated. He's more cold, I guess. He's more of a serious type of guy, while Heatwave seems to have a little bit of a temper there. From what I noted, he's more not right in the brain, it seems like. I think he can keep cool too, I guess. Guys, there's gonna be a lot of yeah, so if I say cool quite a lot, I'm not doing it on purpose. It's just what I'm going to say. So yeah, I thought, you know, both of them, and something cool that I figured out about Heatwave. I was trying to remember who the actor was, and I found out he was Dominic Purcell, who actually played in another superhero movie. He was in Blade Trinity. Now, the reason why I was a little bit surprised by this was because Blade Trinity was, number one, an awful movie, and I thought, you know, he played Dracula in that movie, and I thought he was pretty bad in that movie, actually. But then again, the movie was directed by David Goyer, who, you know, he's an okay storyteller. When he has a story and plans it out, he's good at that. But when it comes to directing, yeah, he's pretty bad. So we got to see him do a really good job in this episode, this actor here. And yeah, I thought both Heatwave and Captain Cold worked really well together. Obviously, Fire and Ice are very different, but the characters worked really well together, and that was the whole point. And obviously, that little tease at the end, we're going to most likely see them again. I can't wait for that. And we know there's an episode coming down the line that has Rogues in the title, so yeah. I also thought that, you know, they gave us the Eddie and Iris stuff again in this episode, and I'm going to say that it didn't annoy me, but you can tell Iris is having second thoughts about this relationship. Even when Eddie asked her, hey, you having second thoughts? He's like, she's like, no, I'm not. And right there, you can see how hesitant she was to answer that, and you know there's going to be drama down the line on that relationship. No matter how Barry decided to end the conversation at the end there, you know, kind of like, don't worry, we can be friends again and stuff like that. You know, it's gonna come back up as an issue, but at least it wasn't like dramatic in this episode. There was no drama. There was no one fighting over "I love you, you should be with me," stuff like that. I have a feeling it's gonna be coming though. If it comes from Eddie's side, that's fine because he deserves to blow up if something like that happens. It's normal. Maybe, you know, that causes him to be evil or something. I don't know. Because as far as we know, Dr. Wells is Reverse Flash. So we know that Eddie is not going to become that. I mean, unless there's some huge twist that's going to happen, I have no idea. So, yeah. I really enjoyed Cisco's speech at the police station. I thought that was really cool, and you know, he gave a little speech about, you know, how, yeah, you know what, we screwed up last year, but you know what, you guys can trust us, because I forgot how the whole speech went, but I'm sure it's better than how I was gonna put it. And yeah, he showed this introduction with the weapon that he designed for them, and that was really cool. I thought that was really a cool moment for Cisco. And yeah, I mean, Cisco definitely, it's funny because when the show first started, I thought Cisco was going to be annoying, but it's funny how I actually really like the character. I think he's a very positive character, and it's good that we have him around, and he can be, you know, a bit serious when he needs to be, but obviously he's there more for comic relief. But I'm glad he gets these type of moments too, because I think it really helps the character be even more better than what we all, I think, were expecting. I really like that Barry is trying to improve himself in this episode. In the beginning, we see him training, like I said earlier, and he even says it. He wants to improve himself so that the next time he goes up against Reverse Flash, he can beat him. And whether that's gonna actually help or not, we're gonna find out. We know that eventually Reverse Flash will come back. We know Wells has been making some little remarks, kind of, you know, hinting some shady areas once again to him. There was that one moment where they had a little chat where he was kind of like, what did he say again? I forgot how it went, but he had a cryptic little line there that kind of, even Barry's thought it was kind of weird. And yeah, it will be interesting to see when Reverse Flash will return. Will it be at the very end of the season, or will it be a couple of episodes before? Maybe we'll see him before the finale. Who knows? But I definitely can't wait to see the return on him. Or maybe someone will find out that he is the Reverse Flash before the series ends, or before the season ends. So I'm looking forward to that. I really like the Flash versus Heatwave and Captain Cold battle at the end there. I thought that was really cool, especially with all the police officers watching. I thought it was really cool that Eddie actually went out and saved the Flash. This guy who started this petition to get the Flash arrested. You know, I thought that was pretty cool that he was the one that leaped out and saved him. And yeah, the fight at the end there was pretty cool. It wasn't the best fight that we've seen on the Flash. I think he's had more epic battles with other villains. I even think the first fight with Captain Cold a couple of episodes back, I think that one was actually a little bit more exciting. But this one was good. I still enjoyed it. I thought it had a lot of tense moments. So, and it was wrapped up good, I felt. And especially with Joe and Cisco going to save Caitlin. That was all good too. There was also that one moment where you know, Captain Cold tells the Flash, you know, you can lock me up or whatever and I'll just get free or something. Or it was something to do with next time, right? And the Flash goes, there won't be a next time. And you just roll your eyes at that line because you know he's going to be back. You can say that, but when you lock up a villain, it's the number one rule in a superhero TV show or movie that that villain is eventually going to get free one day and cause, chaos for you. So yeah, you're gonna be eating your words soon, Barry. Just wanted to say that. I also like that at the end of the episode we saw Eddie, and not just Eddie, but the police force finally accepting the Flash, and saying, wow, this guy's real now. And they're not just like hating on him. They're not afraid of him. They actually think he's a true hero after seeing what he's done. And I thought that was a really solid thing. And I can't wait to see how the rest of Central City will react. Now, it's kind of funny because we know that people have seen the Flash before. So I'm surprised, people didn't believe it earlier, because I always got the feeling that people were already aware and were believing in what they were reading and stuff like that. But I guess it makes more sense for people to physically see the Flash and word to get even more. But did that whole fight get on the news? That I'm not too sure about, but I'm guessing it will be. I guess the police force will let the world know that, yes, it is confirmed that, this Flash character is real. So stay tuned for further developments. I don't know. I'm also glad the episode ended the way it did, with Barry and Iris just, hugging it out, letting things go, like I said earlier. And I thought it was funny that, Barry wanted to move back in with Joe. I thought that was pretty cool. And just hang out like, roommates, man. Barry's gonna need, a little friendship with somebody, someone to talk to and confide to once in a while. And it's good that Joe is, that not just a father figure, but a friend too. And I'm glad that Barry's gonna have that person to talk to. I think he has pretty much a lot of people to talk to. I think he has more people to talk to than what, Oliver had in his first season. Oliver just had Diggle, I think, at the beginning, right? And even before Diggle, he was like, for a few episodes, he was just by himself. So it's good that, Barry's surrounded with more people right in the beginning. And yeah, I thought it was a nice way to end the episode. And okay, to finish this off, guys, I'm going to say I'm going to give this a 8 out of 10. I really enjoyed the episode. It was a nice return back. Everything you wanted for a return. I think it could have been a lot better, but for what it's worth, I really enjoyed it. And the Flash is just freaking awesome, man. You can't, I'm never disappointed with an episode so far. I think most of the episodes I've rated so far have been 8s. There might be a few 9s in there. I don't know. I think I gave the crossover with Arrow a 10. But yeah, I'm enjoying this show, man, and it's great to have it back because I actually missed it quite a lot. So yeah, tomorrow's Arrow, I can't wait for that. Hopefully it has the same impact on me, and it's going to be awesome. Until next week, guys. Take care.